POETIC's cases offer your phone some pretty good protection, and they also have cases depending on how much protection you actually want for your phone. We've got the POETIC Spartan, the Guardian, and we also have the Neon with and without MagSafe. I'm also going to tell you which one of these cases are my personal favorite at the end of the video, and by then you'll know which one of these cases are right for you. And if you do want to pick either one of these up, I will be putting product links in the video description. So let's get started. And then here we have the POETIC Spartan case. This is one of POETIC's most protective cases. So if you want 360 degrees, you're probably going to want to get the Spartan or the Guardian case, which I'll show you in just a minute. The really nice thing about this case is it kind of cocoons your phone inside the case between two pieces. One, the outer shell, and then we also have the inner plastic shell that goes over your phone and keeps it all in place. The one really nice thing about the Spartan and the Guardian is they come with another insert that does have a plastic screen protector already built in case you don't have a tempered glass screen protector or other screen protector you want to use for yourself. So inside is the portion that does not have a screen protector, so you can use your own or you can use the other insert that actually comes with one. This case also does have a kickstand on the back, and we also have a camera protector too. It's got a nice hard backing surrounded by a kind of like a firm rubbery type material. So the way that this case works is you want to get down in the corner here kind of towards the charging port, and you'll see that there's like this kind of like this little indentation. You can try to push it back with your thumbs. Sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't, but I've got a plastic pick here. You can kind of put that inside this little piece and then just kind of dig out the inner core and then just kind of pull it out just like that. So this case is also military grade drop tested, and it's got some rubber pads on the inside to help keep your phone in place and protect it as well. And the camera cover's got kind of like this plastic honeycomb pattern. So here we have the insert that I was telling you about. It does have a couple covers, protective covers on it that we will be taking off after we make sure that the front of your phone is totally cleaned off, because once you put this inside your case, anything on the screen is going to be trapped there, so just make sure it's nice and clean. Once we do that, we'll peel off the inner protector here, just like that, and then we have to remove this little sticker here. Try to not touch the inside of the protector as well while you're doing this. It's almost impossible, but try your best. And then you can take this whole piece here, put it over the top of your phone with the camera cut out going towards the camera on your phone. Just clip that into place just like that. Also make sure that this little fingerprint sensor here doesn't have any bubbles in it. We'll take this whole thing, we'll put it inside the outer shell and then just kind of press everything into place. And it should look just like that. You can see it's nice and clean all the way around the phone, and then we can peel off the top protector. And again, make sure that the little fingerprint sensor here has absolutely no bubbles in it, just like mine does. So the case does feel good in the hand. It's got kind of like a rubbery type feel to it. Buttons on the side, nice and clicky, easily pressable. If we take a look at the case from the side, you can see it does add some considerable bulk to the phone, but you also are getting, again, the 360 degree protection. We also do have a raised edge around the front of the phone. We've got some kind of texturing on the side to help with grip. On the bottom here, we do have our cutouts. We have a covered charging port as well. And we have a little slot so you can get your S Pen out. The only thing is you have to kind of dig it out from the bottom because it's got this little kind of shelf that comes out over the S Pen. So you can easily press in there to get the S Pen, but you're going to have to dig it out from the bottom like that. Let's see how easy it is to get with your thumb. You can get it with your thumb. It is harder, but it can be done. I would recommend just using your finger. Then if we take a look at the other side, we have our volume buttons and our power button, again with that texturing. And on the back, it's got that really cool kind of industrial type look. It's got some kind of rubber inserts on the sides and on the bottom. Again, we have that pretty thick plastic kickstand that works really well. You can either have your phone in a portrait or a landscape mode. And then when you're done, you can fold it right back into the case and it clips into place. And we also do have that camera cover as well. It clips from side to side, so it's not going to just move around on you. So you can either have your case open or closed, and there's a pretty good raised edge around the camera lenses for protection anyway. So if you want to just leave this open, you can, and then when you want, you can kind of just push it over if you want to cover up your screen. And again, that doesn't just flop around either. Very nice protective case. Now I'll move on to the front here. So touch is working perfectly fine. You can also see that the screen is nice and clear. Touch working fine. There is a little bit of resistance when you run your finger over it because it's not glass. Another thing to note is you will lose the anti-reflectiveness of the phone screen. You may or may not care about that. It's just something I wanted to let you know about. The cutout of the camera is, there's a cutout, so it's not going to interfere with your facial recognition or your selfies. The screen does pick up some fingerprints, as you can see on the screen here. And there is a little bit of resistance when you're wiping it away, but they do seem to wipe away fairly easily. And then there's our little fingerprint sensor. Now, if you're having trouble with the fingerprint sensor after you put your phone in here, I would recommend that you re-input your fingerprints just to make sure that it's working anyway. And then you can also turn up the sensitivity. We'll try our fingerprints. I didn't reinsert my fingerprint, so I'm just testing it out to see if it works. And it does seem to be working pretty good. Yeah, so my fingerprints are already working. If yours are, great. If you're having issues, just re-input your fingerprints. So now let's take a look at the screen as if we were looking at it through polarized sunglasses. And you can see that there's really no rainbow effect. That's great. There is, I see a slight, ever so slight rainbow effect when you twist the phone. But if you're looking at it dead on, you really don't see any rainbow effect. So that is definitely a huge, huge plus. And then let's test out our S Pen on the screen here. So there is a pretty significant amount of resistance when you're writing on the screen. You may or may not like that. I mean, there's a lot of resistance, more than I typically run into. But the S Pen does seem to be working just fine on the screen. It's just, I wanted to let you know that there is a pretty good amount of resistance when you're, drawing on the screen. But it does work perfectly fine. And then let's see if this works with regular wireless charging, because this does not have MagSafe built in. And it says it's fully charged, so it's not charging, but it will work with regular wireless charging. Not really a lot negative to say about this case. The only thing is, I don't prefer the built-in screen protector. I prefer the tempered glass, but because they give you the two inserts, you can make that decision for yourself. Everything else seems to be working great. Buttons, again, are nice and clicky, easily pressable, feels great in the hand. We have those extra features on the back. It is a little bulky, but again, if you want 360-degree protection, this is what you're going to get. And then here we have the POETIC Guardian case. This case is kind of like the Spartan, but it doesn't have the included kickstand or the camera cover, but it does include MagSafe, and the back of this case is totally clear. Now, like the Spartan, this is a two-piece case. It does have an inner liner that comes out. You put it over your phone, then you put the whole phone inside the case, and it's kind of sandwiched in place so the phone will not fall out of the case whatsoever. And just like the Spartan case, this also does come with another insert that does have a plastic screen protector on it. So in case you don't have your own screen protector, you can just use it in the insert that does have the screen protector. And here we have that screen protector. So again, to get the inner portion of the case out, you want to get down in the little corner right here where it's got that little kind of indentation. I just use a little plastic pick and kind of dig down in there to get the inner portion out. And then you can kind of just pull that out just like that. We're going to be using the one with the screen protector built in. So just make sure before we put this on, that your phone screen is totally clean. Then we'll peel off this back protector here. And then make sure you peel off this little piece down here. Just like that. And then we're going to put the portion of the screen protector that has the hole towards the camera on our phone. Place it over there and just clip that into place. And then make sure that this little fingerprint sensor here does not have any bubbles in it. We'll take this whole thing, we'll push it inside the case. And then just kind of work your way around the case to make sure everything is sealed properly. And it should look just like that. And then we'll peel off the top protector. And as you can see, there are no bubbles in my fingerprint sensor either. We also have a little protector on the back we can peel off. And it looks like there might have been another one inside that I did not remove. But it's not going to have any effect on the case. It just looks like there's a whole bunch of like water underneath there. There is a plastic protector that I didn't take off. This is totally clear, and you will not see any of that when you take the protector off. I just didn't do it. So this is future me. I took off that plastic protector on the inside, and here, as you can see, the ripples and everything are now gone, and it is totally clear. So the case does feel really good in the hand. It's got a little bit of a grip to it. It's got a nice rubber feel. As far as the buttons on the side, buttons are nice and clicky, easily pressable. We've got those reinforcements in the corners here. If we take a look at the side of the case, you can see it's got a good raised edge around the front of the phone. It does add a little bit of extra bulk to the phone also. We've got some texturing on the sides here, which I absolutely love, feels really nice. On the bottom here, we've got our cutouts, covered charging port, and your S Pen. You can easily get it with your finger, and then you just kind of dig it out from the bottom, just like that with your thumb. On the other side, we've got our volume buttons, our power button, and that same texturing. And on the back, again, it's nice and clear to show off the color of your phone. You will get some fingerprints and smudges on the back because it is a totally glossy, clear case, but you can just wipe those away if you need. We also have the MagSafe ring built in, and we have a raised edge around our camera lenses too. It seems like it's pretty good. So let's test out that MagSafe really quick. Got my charger here, clips onto the back. Charges your phone. It's already fully charged, so it can't charge it anymore, but it does work really well. And as far as the hold, it has a pretty decent hold on the phone. The phone isn't going to just fall off, but of course, if you jerk it around a lot, it probably will come off. But it does have, I think, an adequate hold on your MagSafe accessory. It's just not the strongest hold that I've ever felt. But it's definitely a good enough, especially if you're just going to be using it like on your desk or your nightstand or something like that. Maybe even your car, as long as you don't go off-roading. So that is pretty cool. Let's test out our fingerprints now. So that works. The one nice thing about the little circle here is you can see exactly where you need to put your finger, but it can be a little annoying when you're looking at the screen because you always see that little hole. But my fingerprints seem to be working just fine. If your fingerprints aren't working, all you need to do is re-input them and maybe even turn up the touch sensitivity, but fingerprints seem to be working just fine with this screen protector. And you can also see it is crystal clear, touch working fine. Now there is a bit of resistance when you run your finger over the screen because it is plastic. That may bother some people. I like smooth screens, but again, this does have some resistance when you run your finger over it. And we'll also test out our S Pen here. So just like the Spartan screen protector, there is a lot of resistance when you're drawing on the screen with your S Pen. It does work perfectly fine, but it's fairly hard to write on the screen. Like you can see, it's very rubbery like. So it does work with the S Pen, but you're going to have to put some force on the screen, and there's going to be a pretty good amount of resistance as well. But it does work. So another really nice protective case by POETIC. This is kind of like the Spartan case. I think it's a little less bulky, a little less thick, because this doesn't have a kickstand or the camera cover, but it gives you 360-degree protection. It feels great in the hand. I do like the MagSafe. The only thing is with the S Pen on the screen, there's a lot of resistance, so I don't care for that. But everything else seems to be pretty nice with the case. And in case you don't want the MagSafe, this also does come in a non-MagSafe version as well. And then here we have the POETIC Neon case with MagSafe and a kickstand built in. This case does offer some pretty good protection. It's got a nice firm plastic backing surrounded by a softer rubbery type inner shell. You can also take these apart. See, you got the POETIC logo there, and you can see it's very rubbery. This case is also military grade drop tested as well. So we'll put our phone inside the inner portion of the case. And then all we need to do is put the outer shell over it, kind of press it into place. And you're all set. Feels good in the hand. It does have a grip to it. Buttons on the side are clicky, easily pressable. The only thing is they don't come off the case very much, so they might be a little hard for you to find on the side. But again, it does feel pretty good in the hand. It's got a nice rubbery type feel to it. If we look at it from the side, you can see how much of a raised edge we get on the front of the phone. I also do not have a tempered glass screen protector on the phone either. You can see that it does add a little bit of bulk to the phone. We've got some texturing on the side to help with grip. We also have some kind of grips on the bottom here, so if you put your phone on its bottom, it will help it from sliding around. We've got our cutouts on the bottom here. Cutout for our S Pen. Again, you're going to have to dig it out from the bottom. You're not going to be able to get it from the top, but you can get it out fairly easily with your finger. On the other side, we've got that hard plastic with the rubber sides too. We've got our volume and power button. On the back, again, it's got that kind of subtle texture plastic along with our metal MagSafe ring that does double as a kickstand, and we have these kind of rubbery pieces on the side as well. And we also do have a good raised edge around our camera lenses for protection there too. And if you want to use the kickstand, just kind of pull this open like that. This is a full metal ring, and it's also pretty sturdy too. It doesn't just flop around. So you can use your phone in a portrait mode. You can also kind of like lay it down a certain amount so it angles more towards your face, and you can also use it in a landscape mode as well. Then it folds right back into the case. And again, if you put your phone down on something, the rubber pieces on the bottom here kind of help it from sliding all around. And then we'll test out our MagSafe. Clips right on there. Again, starts to charge your phone. And as far as the hold, it's got a pretty good hold on it. The only thing with these types of cases is it kind of comes off the hinge. Like you can see that it's on the hinge. So when it's pulled up, it's really, its weakest point is going to be this little hinge under here. But for the most part, it's got a pretty good hold. The only thing is it kind of flops open because of the hinge. See how it kind of just falls open? So it's got a pretty good hold on the metal ring here, but that hinge doesn't have a lot of power to hold your phone. But as long as it's angled, kind of like back like this, you're not going to really have any problems with your phone. And not a lot of people have their phone kind of hanging down where the weight is going to bear on that little hinge. So I don't think you're going to have any issues, but it does have a pretty good hold on that MagSafe ring on the back. In this case, also does work with regular wireless charging as well. So this is a pretty nice protective case. I do like the grip that it has. It's got a pretty good raised edge around the front of the phone. And I also do always appreciate the metal kickstand ring on the back, because it's very convenient for when you need something to stand your phone on. You don't need to prop it up against something. It's just always with the case. And the Neon also comes in a non-MagSafe version as well. You can see there's no kickstand on the back. It's got this really cool accented orange around the sides. And it's just about as thick, and it's as equally protective as the one with the MagSafe. Everything is the same, it just does not have a MagSafe or kickstand ring on the back. So that is Poetic's case lineup for the S25 Ultra. My favorite case out of these four definitely has to be the Poetic Neon with the MagSafe kickstand built in. I always like to have a kickstand around with my phone, again, because I can prop it up when I'm eating lunch or something like that. And it's also not super bulky, but it does offer your phone some pretty nice protection. And I absolutely love the amount of grip that it has. But what did you guys think? Out of these cases, which one was your favorite and why? Let me know in the comments below. And if you guys want to pick any of these up yourself, I will be putting product links in this video's description. And if you guys enjoyed the video, it would really help out the channel if you gave me a thumbs up and consider subscribing. Thank you all for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.